Hey, it's Lars. It's now day 7 and been doing a bit of work out in the polytunnel. I've got the grow beds emptied, we can go and have a look at that in a minute. And I'm going to get Carl's help later on this afternoon to move them over. So for this morning I had soup, which was made out of dried soup mix. And potatoes from the garden last year. To be honest, this morning I was so tired I barely got up before like 12:30. Absolutely exhausted, went to bed really early. So I think either what's happening is I'm not used to the caffeine, or the lack of caffeine, or whatever I'm eating has not got enough energy in it. So I've been eating a lot of beans, a lot of rice, a lot of potatoes, very little sugars, obviously no coffee. So I'm not quite sure what to think about this. It might be like a short adjustment period, like getting used to, my body getting used to not having any caffeine and a new diet, or it could be a bigger problem that I need to address. So I'm going to keep track of how I'm feeling over the next week or so. If anyone else has done similar changes in diet, I'd be interested to hear what your experiences were. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the garden. Okay, so these are the two grow beds. They're now cleared out. I did do the bottom one in the end. And I've got plenty of sandbags full of stones. And I've pushed some stones down into this. This was the one, if you remember, was full of soil. So I've pushed some stones into that. Hopefully it should be rigid enough. I'm going to move this stuff and then put the second pair of tyres in here, and then I'm going to take the liner out of the top one and disassemble it. Fortunately you can't, the way I designed them, you can't take them apart without taking the liner out, which is a bit of a problem, but it probably needs changing anyway. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to change the liner in this one as well, because that's the old liner and it's leaking. And in the far corner, if we can have a look, just down here I've had to lift it up and put a brick underneath to keep the patch where the sump was from leaking, so everything leaks. Yeah, so we've got pretty good growth. I found a couple of other little potato volunteers in the bottom grow bed, which had potatoes in it like 2 years ago. There's been enough dampness in the soil for them to germinate, so I've stuck those in there. This is one of the new potatoes. I think it was Annabelle that was in the storage that had sprouted, so that's maybe looking a little bit more alive, I'm not really sure. Everything's really cold, so the only thing that's really growing noticeably at all is the kale. Hopefully when we get the so the kale's growing noticeably well there. Hopefully when I get the rocket mass heater running, this will change everything in here. I ordered the vermiculite and the cement for making the making the burner for that. So we're going to go with that, and we're going to get a skip at some point and just start getting rid of all this junk in here.